I'm Bruce St. James. She's Pamela Hughes. He's Rob Hunter. And here are the stories everyone's talking about. We call it the playlist.
Track 1.
Herman Cain is really getting a dose of what it's like being a real politician. Sunday night, news broke that 2 women accused Cain of sexually harassing them while he was the head of the National Restaurant Association. Cain's campaign denied the allegations, saying that inside the Beltway media is trying to spread rumors that never stood up to the facts. And so it begins. Yes. Expect a parade of jilted lovers, ex-employees, and business rivals to pile on now that they think he might actually win.
This is why good people don't want to run for office, because anything that they've ever done in their past is going to get brought back up. And if they haven't had any skeletons in their closet, well, then sometimes they'll just be created for them.
And is this about that, or is this about a men in power situation where women accuse them of things or men do things because they're in power? I mean, that's, I think, the storyline here, and we'll have to find more about what happened to Herman Cain back in the 90s.
Track 2.
I hate reading these kinds of headlines. Glendale police officer Bradley Jones died early Saturday morning after receiving gunshot wounds while on duty Friday night. Officer Jones was accompanying a probation officer to a meeting when he was shot. The suspected shooter, Ryan Hessler, was also shot during an attempted escape. Jones is survived by his wife and 2 young children.
You know, as a police officer, you just never know. I want you to think about this. The suspect was on probation for nonviolent crimes. There was a trespassing charge, a breaking and entering charge, basically, and then suddenly pulls a gun out and starts shooting.
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
That's it. That's exactly it, Bruce. It's just a reminder of how dangerous the job can be. Thankfully, it's not always dangerous, but you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, we lose another good one here in Phoenix, and the loss of one officer is too much, but it just seems to me like we lose an awfully lot of them around here in the Valley.
Track 3.
These Occupy Phoenix protests haven't been successful in changing the world, but they've been a little bit costly. So far in Phoenix, over $200,000 has been spent in overtime costs for police, firefighters, city employees, and park employees. Of course, this comes as Phoenix is already grappling with budget issues.
I blame the city. Just leave them alone. Let them march around and do whatever the heck they want. If they break the law, arrest them. Treat them like everybody else.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they're doing. A lot of these costs came from the march and the protest that happened back on October 14th and 15th. You're not going to have officers out there monitoring, the 4-5 people that are there on a daily basis.
The cops love this, man. It's OT. Park employees love this. Their checks are getting inflated, and it's
March
really not
more.
that hard work. Exactly. That's what they want.
Track 4.
Well, the Cardinals had a 24-6 halftime lead over the Ravens yesterday, but could manage only 3 second-half points. They ended up losing the game 30-27, dropping them to 1-6 on the season. Anquan Bolden tore up his old team, catching 7 passes for 145 yards. I'm not great at math, but I'm pretty sure that Kevin Cobb threw for 108 inches in the second half. Yeah, they are that bad, just so you know. They are that bad.
And that's why I don't watch them. Also, I don't watch football right now because it's just so hard. It's too hot out. It's not football weather right now in Arizona.
This comes as your Steelers beat the Patriots yesterday.
I know.
What's up with
I
that?
know.
You should have been
It's
watching
so
and
hot.
cheering. But it is nice to know the Cardinals are back to the normal Cardinals of old. Those 2 years where they actually were good, I guess that was a fluke.
Bingo.
Track 5.
American troops may be coming home from Iraq by the end of the year, but the Obama administration is going to keep a heavy U.S. presence in that region. Now, the plan is to keep some troops in Kuwait. There, they could act as a quick response team in case of a security collapse in Iraq or a military confrontation with Iran.
I really, honestly believe Americans are really tiring of being the world's police officers. How quick a response do we need for Iraq or Iran?
Well, I don't know. We could ask the same question. What's our quick response in Japan or Germany? I mean, this is our foreign policy and has been for 60 or 70 years. We fight a war. We win the war. Let's keep troops around for the next 60 or 70 years.
That's precisely what one major general said, Rob. He said this is kind of back to the future. We're going back to the way it was before we had big boots-on-the-ground presence.
Track 6.
Back in the 90s, Homie the Clown and Fire Marshal Bill helped put Fox on the map. Now the networks is bringing back In Living Color. The show will still be hosted by Keenan Ivory Wayans, but it's going to feature an entire newscast. No more Wayans brothers, no more Jim Carrey, and you can expect to see 2 half-hour specials sometime in the spring.
Well, just last week it was Beavis and Butthead, now in living color, and you should expect more shows from the past to be resurrected because it reminds folks of a easier, simpler, better time.
Better? I don't know. Since when did the 90s have such great TV programming? I must have missed it.
It's all relative.
It's a
It is all relative.
C-O-N-spiracy. Remember that one?
Yeah.
I actually watched reruns of In Living Color a couple weeks ago, and it was fabulously cheesy. It was awesome.
I still have some of the box set DVDs if you'd like to watch them. Of course, they're up on the wall of DVDs.
I'm
right?
sure.
That is the playlist. We do it at the bottom of every hour, 9:30, 10:30, 11:30, and get you caught up on the stories that everyone's talking about. We thank you for joining us for it.